What's good? It's your boy, J-Dog. Guys, holy piss. I'm super late with this video. It's November 11th at 6 o'clock p.m. So we're currently less than 24 hours away from UFC 322 to start. So I'm a little late with the video. My bad. But we got 322, man. This is like one of the best pay-per-views of the year. It's like insane, bro. And these fights are just like holy. Bro, I'm like speechless. These fights are so good. Oh man, if this plays out, the way I and a lot of other people want it to go out, man, this is gonna be an insane card. We'll just get into it real quick. Go through the first couple fights with predictions and go from there. So, first fight of the night. Viacheslav Borshchev versus Matheus Camilo. Now, this fight was made a couple days ago, I know. So not much I really saw on this stuff. I saw Camilo's 1-0 in the 0-1 in the UFC. Viacheslav Borshchev's not great either. He's slight underdog. I'm gonna go with Borshchev, man. No reasoning behind it. I don't really know much about the other guy. I know Borshchev a little bit. But I'm just go Borshchev because I didn't look into this one at all. So go with Borshchev for the first fight. Second fight, Baisangur Susurkaev versus Eric McConico. Now Eric McConico, I went to Seattle, UFC Seattle, and he fought Ruzaboyev there, and he kind of got cooked and lost by knockout, and then he fought Cody Brundage, where I honestly thought he lost the fight to Cody Brundage, but he got the split decision win, which isn't, if you're going split decision with Cody Brundage and probably losing it too, not great. But Susurkaev has a lot of hype around him. I saw he's a negative 1,050, and I would easily pick Susurkaev here because of Eric McConico's performances. But this, and I guess it was on 4 days' notice, but fighting a guy who's 170 pounds, coming up to 185, no training. At least Susurkaev had his fight on the Contender Series that week, so he's a bit active. Nolan not having a fight. And then Eric Nolan rocking Susurkaev, had that guy straight up out on his feet, but it was the end of the round, so he survived. Not a great look. So I honestly think this is closer than it seems, odds-wise. The fact it's a 1,050 favorite for Susurkaev. The fact that we know he can get hurt. A little sus. I'm still going with Susurkaev, though. I'm going to go with Susurkaev by probably a second round finish by KO or submission. So I'm still going with Susurkaev, but I just think the odds are a bit crazy in how much he's favorited, even though he isn't that great. Because I won't yap about this for too long, but his Contender Series fight, he teep kicked the guy to the stomach and the guy crumbled. So, like, not a highlight reel KO finish thing, like, people are going crazy about. And then getting rocked by Eric Nolan and then submitting him later. Like, not crazy stuff. So, I don't get the odds. I'm still going to Susurkaev because McConico's not the top level. But this guy fights, like, higher up, close to the rankings type guys. I think he's going to be less of a favorite, not a favorite, or not a big favorite. He's going to be like a slight favorite or not even a favorite, you know what I mean? So, For now, we'll go Susurkaev because it's McConico. But, yeah. Moving on. Angela Hill versus Fatima Kline. I am going with Fatima Kline by decision. Angela Hill, crazy record, 18-15. She lost her last couple, and just not high level at all anymore. Fatima Kline's on the come up, and she's 8-1. I think she's gonna get this one done by decision, so I'll go Fatima Kline. Pat Sabatini versus Chepe Mariscal. Now, I am going with Chepe Mariscal, man. This guy is crazy good, man. Sorry, not crazy good. He is good. Pat Sabatini had a good fight against Joe Anderson Brito. His last fight did decent there. Held him down. But I've been impressed with Mariscal's performances. He had that close decision with Morgan Charrier, which was a split decision, but he did come on top with the win. I think Chepe is pretty good. I'm gonna still go with him. Yeah, just another prelim fight, man. And then early prelim headliner, Kyle Daukaus versus Gerald Meerschaert. Now, as everyone says, there's the Gerald Meerschaert fraud check where he will submit you in the third round, which is possible. But comparing his last fight against Olizashik and him doing nothing that whole fight and just being a victim and getting punched and then getting dropped and finished. Not a good look because he literally did nothing that fight. I was not impressed. Like, he did good in that De Ritter fight, and he had a fight after that, I'm pretty sure. Or did he not? Oh, okay. The Tavares fight, I don't remember that one too much, but he did decent in the De Ritter fight. But this one, he did, like, literally nothing. So, I'm going to go... And Kyle Daukaus, his last performance, like, short notice against Michel Pereira, knocks him out. Michel Pereira is not top level, obviously, that we've seen him on a 3-fight skid now, which is crazy. But Hernandez is good. Who did he lose to before that? Oh, Abus is decent, pretty good. And then Kyle Daukaus knocks him out. He's obviously... He's pretty good, but he's not top level. But that's a good win for Kyle Daukaus for short notice. I'm going to go Kyle Daukaus by first round KO. I see him getting the KO in the first round. So, for the early prelims, we hit Borshchev, Susurkaev, Kline, Mariscal, and Daukaus. Now, Malcolm Wellmaker was fighting Cody Haddon, but it's now Ethyn Ewing. I looked at this guy's record. I think he was 8-2. So, not a bad record. Only 2 losses, but Malcolm Wellmaker's prepared. Malcolm Wellmaker is very good. I saw people saying we don't know about Malcolm Wellmaker's grappling, which we don't. And that's something that Ethyn might impose in this fight on short notice, 48 hours notice. Wanting to get the win, obviously, probably might grapple. So, I guess we'll find out about his grappling. But this specific matchup, Malcolm Wellmaker, when he goes up against a grappler in the future, we'll see. But for this fight specifically, I'm going with Malcolm Wellmaker by first round TKO. I think he's going to rock him and follow up shots and get the finish. So, Malcolm Wellmaker, brother. Holy piss. My GOAT, Erin Blanchfield, is fighting Tracy Cortez. And I am going with Erin Blanchfield. She does have a loss to Tracy Cortez, her first loss ever as a pro against Tracy Cortez. We coming back for revenge, brother. So I'm going to go with Erin Blanchfield. I feel like Both their striking's not great, but I feel like Blanchfield has the better striking. And then they both have good grappling and jiu-jitsu, I guess, or I don't know, grappling, whatever. I don't know exactly what it is, but they have good ground game. They both do, but I think Erin Blanchfield's going to be able to do better scrambles and just do better in the grappling sequences and probably win a decision as well here. I'm going to go with 30-27 decision, probably just out beating her every single round. So yeah, we're going with Erin Blanchfield, my GOAT. She will become the flyweight champion, guys. I'm an Erin Blanchfield supporter. Roman Kopylov versus Gregory Rodrigues. I'm going to go with Gregory Rodrigues for the fact that his last fight against Hermansson knocked him out cold. Fight before that, did decent against Cannonier, but just maybe too high of a level for him at the time. But he was doing good in that fight, beating up, dropping him, but ended up getting knocked TKO'd. But looked good in that fight. And then even before that, beating up CLD and beating CLD after what CLD did to Marco Tullio last week. And CLD's on a 3-fight win streak now, and he's really good. I actually really like CLD. I'm like a fan, big fan of him. But the fact Gregory Rodrigues beat him, bro, is impressive. So that's why I'm going with him mostly, as well as Roman Kopylov against Paulo Costa. Not his best performance, obviously, losing that. And then before that, beating Chris Curtis, which was a close fight. And then I think before that was he beat Almeida. I forgot he beat Almeida. I thought it was the Hernandez fight. But the Almeida one was split. It was a close fight. I remember that because he just held down Almeida to win the right rounds. So just his past two, I'm not high on it. So I'm going to go Gregory Rodrigues to beat him probably by TKO at some point. Maybe later in the fight. But yeah, we're going to go Gregory Rodrigues. Now, Bo Nickal versus Rodolfo Vieira. I am going with, which I'm scared, Bo Nickal. I'm picking him with my fingers crossed that he's worked on stuff to be tougher and not, crumble to body shots, like just have better defense or work in the body better, and him to impose his grappling more, because against Paul Craig he didn't use grappling at all because he was scared. And then even against De Ritter, I think he got one takedown or something, but he just wasn't wanting to grapple much. So but Rodolfo Vieira is really good on the ground. He was like a champion in another thing for grappling and jiu-jitsu specifically, so I don't know if he's going to grapple this match, and his striking's not great, seen in the Paul Craig fight. I'm literally convincing myself. I'm going Bo Nickal. Rodolfo Vieira is also a bit older, I'm pretty sure. I don't know how old, to be honest. I feel like he is a bit older, but yeah, man. I'm going to go Bo Nickal. I don't know. I'm not certain on this one. I'm not 100% confident on it, but I just think he should. I'm praying he's done enough to fix what he's not good at and get back in there and win. I'm not expecting a barn burner fight, so yeah, it is what it is there. Now we get to the main card. This main card is actually insane. This first fight, Beneil Dariush versus Benoit Saint Denis. I am going with Benoit Saint Denis. Beneil Dariush looked good against Moicano last fight. He did get dropped, honestly, but he did win the fight. And Benoit did lose to Moicano, but it's different, man. He got that one takedown, beat him up for that first round, and then just by damage, the fight got called off. Even though Benoit won the second round. But since then, Benoit fighting Prepelec, not a great win, just because Prepelec sucks. And then the Mauricio Ruffy fight is good for what it was, but we found out he got tired really fast and he doesn't have any grappling ground game stuff, so I just see this being a striking match where I think Benoit Saint Denis has better striking than Beneil. And if it goes to the ground, I feel like it's going to be pretty even and nothing. I don't know. Whoever controls it's going to win the round, but I don't see anyone getting finished here. So I'm going to go with Benoit Saint Denis by a finish. Oh, wait. Benoit Saint Denis by decision. I'm tripping. So yeah, we're going Benoit Saint Denis. Oh my days. Leon Edwards is winning this fight, guys. Round of applause for Leon Rocky Edwards, for he has won a 29-28 decision against Carlos Prates. Congratulations, Leon Edwards. You are back in the win column. Leon Edwards is going to beat Carlos Prates, guys. Carlos Prates... I'm not trolling. Though. Leon Edwards is actually genuinely going to win this fight by decision. Carlos Prates is going to probably rock him at some point, or he's just going to have good moments of, like, you know, tagging him up. But I just feel like Leon having better grappling and being able to use it, even though Ian Gary had it. But Ian Gary honestly stood with Carlos Prates for quite a while. I feel like Leon... and he didn't. I feel not that from what I remember, I feel like he didn't shoot a lot for the first couple rounds. Leon Edwards, I feel like he can do that. He'll shoot more, and we might see it more and see him take down Prates more than Ian did. But even striking, man, I feel like, you know, Leon's gonna be up there, pinging Carlos Prates. I feel like there's going to be trading, and when Leon Edwards gets him to the ground, that's going to secure the round for him after having a stand-up, and Leon's just going to win the fight that way. So I'm going with Leon Edwards to beat Carlos Prates by a 29-28 decision. And, yeah, we'll talk about what's next for him in the recap video once that happens. But, yeah, I'm hoping he's just kind of took time, locked back in. Because the Beneil fight was honestly close. I feel like it was close. Beneil did win the fight, but it was close, man. It was a really close fight. The Brady one, obviously different. Got smoked that whole fight, but... And I'm not trying... All I'm going to say is he had to fight Beneil at like 6 a.m. his time. And Sean Brady was a short notice replacement of a whole different style that he was training for. He was training to fight JDM, a striker, and then short notice had to fight a wrestler, which we saw the wrestling just absolutely dominate him. So I'm just saying, we can put a little asterisk next to each of the last two losses. So now we're back at normal time for him. Full camp for Carlos Prates. Leon Edwards going to get it done. So let's go, Leon Edwards. Now, Sean Brady versus Michael Morales. I am going to go with Sean Brady, where he's 5'10". I feel like Michael Morales isn't 6 foot. I feel like he's taller, but he does have the height disadvantage. Obviously, probably a reach disadvantage there too. Sean Brady's only 18-1 versus 18-0. That's a really good. Those are two good records going up against each other. But his only loss, Brady's, is Beneil by strikes on the feet, where Michael Morales is a striker. So same type of thing could be going on there, where he tags Brady and finishes him on the feet. But I feel like Sean Brady's going to get him comfortable on his feet, and then he's just going to take him down. control him on the ground like he kind of did with Leon. Just kind of hold him down, get damage on the ground, looking for submissions. And when the submission finally shows up, he'll go for it. And so I'm going to go with Sean Brady by submission. Michael Morales, his way into the rankings was number 15. Neil Magny, which Neil Magny's gotten a couple wins here and there, to be honest. But, he's not the best. And then beating Gilbert Burns, which I do get. Sean Brady beat Gilbert Burns too. And took him to a decision while Morales knocked him out in the first round. But I just feel like his way up, two easy guys. Now he's getting the number 2 guy. While Brady, he did beat anyways, he did beat, Burns. I get it, by decision, which is worse. But beating Edwards the way he beat him, for him, on short notice, where he wasn't prepared and Leon was, at least training a little bit for the fight. I'm going to go Sean Brady by decision. I just feel like he's been more tested, and I just feel like his grappling is going to outdo what Michael Morales has, and go with Sean Brady here by decision. By submission. Moving on to the co-main event, Valentina Shevchenko versus Zhang Wei Li. We are going with Valentina Shevchenko to win this fight. Why do I pick Valentina Shevchenko? Because she's the champ, guys. That's why. I don't know. It's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a decision, and I just feel like Shevchenko's gonna be better at point fighting Zhang Wei Li, and outdoing her points wise on the scorecards each round and win the fight. Probably a 49-46 to be honest, I'd say. But I could also see Zhang Wei Li knocking her out. But I'm going with Valentina Shevchenko to win this fight. It's a really good, interesting fight. Shevchenko, one of the best flyweights in the world. Number 1 pound for pound. Versus Zhang Wei Li, who has 2-time strawweight champion. Number 2 pound for pound. It's a really good fight on paper. Hopefully that demonstrates in the octagon and it's not super boring. But I do see a decision, so maybe. But we're going to go with Valentina Shevchenko, the champ, to defend her belt. And then Zhang Wei Li can go back down to strawweight, because you're not getting that belt. Now, the main event. Oh my days. Look at the black and gold on him, guys. Jack Della Maddalena versus Islam Makhachev. I'm going with Jack Della Maddalena. Now let me break it down for you. Islam and Jack. I have a fight in mind for each of them that I compare this fight to. Islam is a better Bilal, who JDM beat. And Jack is a better Dustin that Islam beat. What's the difference? Yes, Islam finished his guy. Jack didn't. But Jack won that fight by 49-46 comfortably. I know there was a 48-47, 2 of them, I think, but I thought he won 49-46. Where Islam was 2-2 against Dustin, where he had to get where he was winning the last round, but he had to get that finish, and he was looking rough in there, man. Where Dustin was close to retirement, obviously, wanting to retire after that fight if he won the belt. Meanwhile, Jack beat it in his prime Beneil. So I see, and I rewatched the Islam Dustin fight yesterday night, and Dustin was tagging this guy up, and now if Jack's landing those shots at 15 pounds heavier, like in a 15-pound heavier weight class, plus however much he's gonna be there, bro, I think Islam's going to go to sleep, man. Do I think Jack beats him by KO? I would say maybe TKO. I think he might hurt him, and he might just get some follow-up shots and finish it. I don't think he's going to knock him out cold, to be honest, even though I just said that. But, also probably just a decision too. Jack defended a lot of Belal's takedowns, as well as when he gets taken down, which against Beneil and against Gilbert Burns, when he got taken down, just found a way, did what he had to do, and rolled out of it, got up from it, pushed them off of him. I remember he pushed Beneil off, rolled out of the Burns one. He just finds his way up. And Islam is different. He might be a bit stronger holding him down, but I think Jack's just going to be able to defend the takedowns well, get up from the takedowns with what he's shown in the past. And yeah, and then obviously just outclass him on the feet. So Islam's going to be trying to shoot those panic takedowns where Jack's going to be able to defend them easily after he's shooting the panic ones, reading them, knowing they're coming. And he's just going to beat him. So I'm going with Jack Della Maddalena. I'm going to say by decision, but my backup would be a late round 4 TKO later in the fight, just follow-up shots, and the ref steps in. Double and still I'm going with. Double and still champs. Both these guys moving up. Both I'm predicting they both don't get the belt though. Now overall we got Borshchev to win, Susurkaev to win, Kline to win, Mariscal to win, Daukaus to win, Wellmaker to win, Blanchfield to win, Rodrigues to win, Nickal to win, St. Denis to win, Edwards to win, Brady to win, Shevchenko to win, and Della Maddalena to win. Guys, this is an insane card. I'm really looking forward to it tomorrow. I'm going to probably post a reaction vid eventually, next couple days after. And hopefully, if Leon Edwards, Jack, and Shevchenko all win, if those three specifically hit, man, my night will be made, man. I'll genuinely be the happiest I am. So, we got Qatar the week after. I'll probably drop a prediction on that because that's a really good card. And then we got a week off, and then we got 323, which I will be going to 323. I'm going to Vegas. I'll be watching it live, so we'll definitely drop a video for that. But yeah, those are the predictions for UFC 322. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, guys. I'll catch you guys later. Deuces.